Hi everyone. I wanted to do this video just to help you quickly get up to speed with CentOS installation, Virtualbox installation, and some basics of Linux, just so that you can quickly learn the concepts and be an expert in the Linux world. The first thing we will do is to install a Virtualbox. So you can do that by typing Virtualbox. You go to Google, it's readily available. And look at this one, virtualbox.org. You open it, and then you can click up here, the version 6. And depending on the system you're using, Windows will use the Windows host. Linux will use this one, and then there's various distribution of Linux. But I'm making this video for Windows, so I'll click on this one. And notice that it will start installing down here. Once it finishes installing, downloading, double click on it and it will walk you through the installation process. It's going to ask you to confirm the installation, and then you can just go ahead and proceed with the process. In my case, I've already installed, but I just want to click on the yes just so that you can see another installation is running, but you just go to the next. I am seeing this view because I already have it installed. I'm not going to remove or repair, but you would see the process that will take you to the next step, and you just click next, and then you install. Once you install, it should open up. If not, just go to your start menu, type Virtualbox, and then that should open. Once it opens, it would look like this. I have installed the CentOS, so you can see it here, but you would see an empty panel on the left side with no installation or CentOS version installed. The next step is that we will walk you through how to install the CentOS, and this should be pretty straightforward. The first thing to do is to get the CentOS software. So you want to get there are different ways you can do it. You can use the ISO. That would take you through the process of installing it within the virtual machine. That would be for a different video that I'm making. But for this one, we're making using the VDI version, which is more of a virtual image that has been created, and we're just attaching it. That's the fastest way of installing the CentOS. So you can go to, you can download everything on Google. So CentOS.org. You can type it in the browser, and then go to the downloads. You can go up here or go straight to the downloads. And then just like I said, you can, pick either the ISO or the VDI and download it. The file size is normally about 4 gigabytes or more, sometimes 6 gigabytes, depending on the version. For this video, we will just, I already have downloaded it up here just to save time, because it takes about 30, well, depending on the internet space, it can take about 10 to 15 minutes or even 30 minutes because it's a huge file. So we will use this version. It normally downloads into your downloads folder, and you can just take notice of the folder location just so we use it for the installation. All right. For those of you who are in the class, I have downloaded it into a Google Drive, and I have shared the link with you. So just go straight up there and download this CentOS .vdi image. And the next step is to click on New. What we're going to do now is to install the CentOS. So you type CentOS, and you can just put any name, but notice that once we type CentOS, the type and the version down here will change. So I would just leave it at CentOS and then underscore server. And the name has to be distinct. So if you have already installed one here and you're doing a new one, then you have to use a new name to do that installation. We'll go to next. This is your memory, just like your laptop memory, but a virtual memory or your random access memory for RAM. And it is indicated in megabytes for MB. So for this video, let's just do 1500, 1500 megabytes. We'll go to next. And what we'll do here is to use an existing virtual hard disk file because we've downloaded one and we just want to use that. So once you select that, you go to your green arrow here. And I've already included it here. So what I would do, if I did not have it here, I'll just go to add. I will navigate to where my file got downloaded to. So in this case, it is in this folder. You see it here, it's the same CentOS downloaded. I'll pick it and then I'll click open to open it. And then I'll just click on create and it has just created my server here. So it takes just 5 minutes to do that installation. Let me just recap just so you see each of a process. So CentOS, and then here I already have server, so I'll just put server 1 just to distinguish it. Go to next, I'll put 1500 and then I'll go to next. I'll use the existing. And then I will go here. I can pick any of these. Hopefully, let's see, one of these. Well, you click on the add, you navigate to your folder. It has a CentOS VDI. You click on open. I think because I've already opened one, it is given an error, but let's pick this one of these. And then it's already there, so it is here. And then we click on create, and now it is just created. So that is it. It takes less than 2 minutes to install it. Now we can double click to open it. It takes a few minutes to open. I just have patience and it will open. Now, once it opens, it will ask you to log in. The username is student. It will pop up and the password is ABC123. So we'll log in, and the first thing you want to do once you log in is to bridge the adapter. Now, what the bridging of the adapter does is it connects your internet on your laptop to the virtual desktop or the virtual machine, so that the virtual machine can have internet connection and you can access it with any SSH tool like MobaXterm or PowerShell or Putty or any other tool you want to SSH tool you want to use. So we are here. You can close these. You go up to devices, network. You select network, and then what you do is click on network here, and that is attached to select bridge adapter. That would populate your internet wireless card adapter here. And then you can, I think all of these are good. So you can just do okay. It will save the settings and you should be good. Now we can click on students. We can click on students and then log in. The password is ABC123 and then sign in. And straight up, we are inside the system. Now you notice that your mouse gets stuck within this black window, which is how the virtual machines work. To move your mouse outside of this window, you have to just click on the control button on your keyboard, and now I can jump out of that box. If you're using your mouse, once you right click, it will take you out of your box, and then you can use your computer in a normal way. And then you notice that this capture comes here, so you click on it to let it go. It's just giving you the process that I just explained, so that you can move your mouse outside of this box. Now, once you are logged in and you have bridged your adapter, you can click this either the speaker icon or the battery icon, and then you can see your wireless connection or your wired connection. This is telling you that it is off. Click on it, and then you can click on connect. You can see your wired setting estimated, everything here. You just connect. It will show you this wireless icon or network icon, and everything has to be solid. So solid gray or black. That tells you that you have internet connection. If it is not solid gray, that means you have issues with your network connection. You can go back to the network settings and try to make sure the adapter is bridged and everything is good to go. All right, perfect. So we are ready to rock and roll. We are within the Linux system. Notice that this is just like your normal Windows computer. It's similar. You have your trash can here. You can double click and open and look at the trash can. You have your home folder. You open it, it has your desktop, music, pictures, public, all your folders similar to Windows. That is a fun of Linux. Everything is like Windows. You can use your mouse to navigate in here. But the best part of Linux is to navigate through with commands. And that is what we'll be learning. And the system communicates with you. If there's an error, it tells you, and then you can quickly fix the error based on what it is telling you to do or to fix. So let's close this. Pretty much, I think this is what we should know. You can go to your files, you look at all of these, you can go to the internet, some of the browsers we have here, your sound, video, Office, and then, it's just like Windows, and I think you're going to really love it. Up here, we have machine, different settings you can look at. But that is not the focus of this video. So the keyboard settings, you can change it, different devices that you have. And then if you have any issues, you can go to the help section. That will guide you through what you need. So now we want to go to our terminal and start typing some commands. I want to keep this video very short, about 10, 15, 20 minutes. So we'll just do some basic commands and then we'll come back. So to do that, you right click on your screen, you click on open terminal. It will open this screen so that you can, start typing some commands. Now notice that it gives you some options here at the top. You can zoom in, zoom out, some of the terminal settings also up here. You can change the character encoding and all of that. And then you also have your help here. If you have any questions or there's anything that you really don't understand. You can go to preferences if you choose to. And then pick any of the options that you want to change. We'll just leave cell spacing, initial terminal size, we'll just leave it at the default for now. But feel free just to change anything you want to change. Now, the first thing you want to do here is to check your IP address. To do that, let me see if I can expand this a little bit. Okay, it still stays within a minute. Okay. So to do that, you can do IP. IP is for Windows. For Linux, you do ifconfig. And then you press enter. It gives you a whole lot of information here for your IP address. But what we need is this ENP0S3. That will be your IP address. Right under that, you see the init, and then it will show the IP address. If an IP address is not showing here, it's showing characters and digits, then there's something wrong with your network. You want to check the network icon to make sure it is connected. So you can use this IP address, take it, go into MobaXterm, and then connect to this virtual machine. It's very important that you know that you can type all of your commands here, but the best practice I recommend is to go to an SSH tool like MobaXterm, Putty, or even you can use PowerShell to do that. That makes life a little more easy. You can clear the window up here. You can do type clear and everything is gone. If you want to recall the command, instead of typing it again, you can use your up and down arrow, and then that would recall the commands you type. You press enter, and then again, it gives you the information you need. All right, so we have successfully installed the CentOS bridge adapter, and then we have been able to get our IP address. So you can take note of your IP address, and we will do an installation of CentOS, and then use that to do our commands that we'll be learning today. So quickly, let's go to CentOS. We should have that, but if we don't, well, MobaXterm, you can just do download MobaXterm. It opens the page, MobaXterm page. Any of these links will take you there. Open it up, and then you can just download the free version. You click on download. You can either pick the home edition or the, well, the portable edition or the installer edition. It doesn't really matter. There's just a few differences, but just pick any of the ones you can see. Once this is downloaded, you want to extract it. It takes just a couple of seconds to download. So let's take a look. Okay, now the download is complete. And what you can do is to right click on it. So let me grab this. Still finalizing the download. And I want to move it into this folder. And then I'll right click, and then it will give me the option to extract. So let's see here, show in folder. And for some reason, you see the blue around it. That tells me that it's still downloaded. Now it's complete. So you can drag it, or just you don't need to drag it or move it anywhere. Go to your downloads folder, and you see it. Right click on it, and then you do extract all. Just extract into the same folder, and then you extract it, and it just created this new version here. If you look at the time, 9:34. There's one already here, so it created another version. Open that folder, double click on it. It will ask you to confirm. You click on next, and you go on. Now, because I already have it installed, it just opened this one because I installed the portable version and just now have downloaded the portable version. But just click on next, and it will take you through the rest of the installation, and you are done. That's all. You can do the same thing with Putty. You go to Google, just start download Putty. You call it Putty or Putty or however you want to call it, but the most important thing is to know how to use it, and it tells you you can download it here. You click on it, and then you can pick, depending on the version of the system you have, you can pick any of these. Click on this, and then it will download I'm not going to download because I've already downloaded the Putty app here. And again, you can just double click it and it will take you through the installation. I've already installed it, which is why I have the option to change, repair or remove. So I'm going to cancel it. All right, so now that we have everything installed, what we need to do is to open the MobaXterm. So I'll click on start and type MobaXterm. It comes up here. And then I will, I can delete all of these. I already have some connections here. But if this is the first time you're doing it, you will have an empty session here. And then what you can do with our connection is, let me minimize all of this and bring this here. We need our IP address. So we try to get to the IP address. Now what you want to do is to click on this session and then click on SSH. Now you can put your IP address here. And what we have now is 192.168.1.157. You can specify a name. The name of this system is student. You have to check this box. But for now, let's just leave it blank because I want to show you something. Click on OK, and it takes you into the Linux interface system. The username for the virtual CentOS, the VDI we have is student. So you just want to type student, type enter. The password is ABC123 for this particular image. The password for the version you download directly for the internet and install may be different, so take note of it. This is an image that we created and set the password to be ABC123. I press enter. It tells me, gives me all of these options. You can set these password, but let me cancel for now. And boom, right there, I'm inside the Linux system. So here, every command you type in here is going to be running on the Linux system. So you can either run the commands here or run it here. And I have chosen to run it here because it's very optimal and best to do it here. So let's get ready to start typing some commands. So let me try to squeeze this here so that I can show and then zoom in a little bit so that you can see it clearly. All right, so we can clear our view there and it's gone. Now we can, to show you that we have the same information, we can do ifconfig. And that gives you the same information here. You see the IP address we just typed because we are running the commands in the SSH2, and that is executing on the Linux system. I had a lot of students ask me questions about this, trying to understand the difference between MobaXterm or Putty and the CentOS system we have just installed. So just take note of that. The difference is that MobaXterm is just an SSH tool, or is a tool that you are using to connect to your CentOS. So for example, if you're working in a corporate environment or enterprise environment, they would mail you a laptop. And if you are a Linux system admin, you will use your laptop to connect to the server at the data center in that company's office, maybe in a different state. You don't have to be physically present in the office, but you just need an SSH tool like this one. And then you can use it to connect to your server. So the video is running too long. I just want to wrap it up here. But now you can type some basic commands. So you can do ls. ls would show you the folders, directories, and files in your current folder location. where in the student logged in as a user, and in the student's home directory, they have all of these folders. If we want to go into the document folder, we can just do cd documents. Now cd is a command that is used to get into the documents folder. So we do cd, and notice that we change from this tilde sign, and now it's the documents folder. We can do ls to see if there's anything in the documents folder. And yes, there's these two folders inside the student folder. You can navigate into this folder by doing cd class 2022, enter, and we are now inside the class 2022 folder. Now notice here that once you are inside the folder, that folder's name will populate here, and you can see the user here. And then you can do ls to see what is in there. There's a lot of content in here. Now notice that this file, because we're using, I like MobaXterm because we use color to differentiate between different items. So these are folders which are colored in blue, and then the files will be in white. That helps you to easily see them. You can now we can look at this file. To view this file, we can do cat file2. That is a command to see what is inside this file. Now there's nothing in this file, so you can't, it doesn't show anything. But then if you want to type something in and then come back to look at it, you can use either the vi command or the vim command to do that. Let's use vim for now, vim file 2. That takes you inside this file. Now, if you want to type, just like Microsoft Word, you can type whatever you want to type. To do that, you have to type the I key to insert, and that will let you type. And then you can type anything you want. I like and love Linux. And you are really going to like this Linux. This is a great system. Perfect. Now, once you are done, you want to save it. You press the escape key, you put a semicolon. Now look at the bottom here, and then you put WQ, and then you press enter. Okay, and that takes you back to your terminal. If you don't want to save it, you can just type Q, semicolon and Q, you press enter, it takes you back to your terminal. In this case, we want to save it, so we'll do WQ, enter, and we are back to our terminal. Now, let's say we want to look at the content we saved in this file. So we can now do the cat command, cat command file 2, and then it shows us that content that we just typed in the file. So let me just end here with these basic commands, play with it, practice it, and you'll be a pro with Linux. Now, before I close the session for this video, we want to navigate back to the home directory so that we can see the desktop, my documents, downloads. To do that, you use the cd ... That takes you a step back. Now you see we are in documents. You want to go back again, you do cd ... It takes you back again. Now we are in the localhost directory, which is a student's directory. Now, if we do ls again, we can see all of our folders in here. So practice it, go to Google and then just type Linux syntax basic commands. You see a whole lot of them. Just open any of them. Let's use this one, for example. Let's open this one. It will give you a few. Let's see, continue to side. Let's see, yes. So there's a few, there's pwd. Let me bring my Let's send here and then keep this one on the side so that we can take a look at the two at the same time. Okay, so all of these commands are on online that you can quickly learn. So you see there's pwd here. This is a basic command that tells you where you are. So you are currently in the student's home folder, pwd, and this gives you a description. The ls command we just looked at, the cd command, it tells you everything. You can look at make there, which will be covered in our next video, to make a folder or make a directory, and then to remove that directory. The remove command again to remove files or delete files. The touch command used to create a file. The man command, very important. If you do man pwd, that is the man means manual. So it's the manual of that command. You do that, it will give you a full description of what pwd means. It prints your current working directory. And then there are other options. If you add a -L, -B, you know, it tells you all that you need to know. And then to get out of this or exit, press a Q, then you are out. If you want to see the history of all the commands you typed in this session, just type history and you see all of the commands. So just go to any Google link, cp command, you know, mv command to move, locate, all of the commands to echo are here. Cat, we'll just look at the cat, nano, vi, jd, all of these are very handy. Sudo is very important. So for example, if you want to add a user, we'll talk about that later. You need sudo or a super access or a root access to be able to do that. So you can do su. It's going to ask you for the password for the root user, ABC123 in our case. And now I am logged in as a student, but with the root access. And I can do anything I want to do on the system. Change permissions, modify accesses. I can create users and do everything. So you have a df command, du tar, which is unzip to zip a file. We downloaded MobaXterm when we had to unzip it. In Linux, it's called, you use the command called tar to do that. We'll look at all of these. Uname -R to get the different inventory information on the system, chmod to change mode or to grant permissions, hostname, ping. Yeah, let me end here. You can go on and on and on, but I want you to practice this and you will be a guru, a super guru in the Linux system. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy our training. I also encourage you to like and subscribe to this channel because we'll be making a series of videos that will be very helpful. We're taking it from the basics, from the foundation for people who have absolutely no knowledge of computers or Linux, or who have no background with computer systems, and we are going to make you a pro. By the time we finish with you, you will be a super IT user and an IT professional. Thank you and see you in the next session.